How you doing? This is Shamryu 101 here with another video. This is a 02 PT Cruiser, and right now I'm going to attempt to get the starter out. I'm not going to do it the typical way. I'm pretty much, as you can see, the starter is right in there between the fan right here. Okay, it's right down in there. Not enough room. What I'm going to do, take off the air box, take off the air box, which I'm gonna just loosen this screw. This whole thing, disconnect this whole thing just pulls right on up. Then I'm gonna disconnect the battery, then remove the battery tray that the battery sit on top of. I'm going to remove the cross member, which is just a few screws to take off the grill, and this pulls up, comes out, and then there's 3 bolts on each side for the cross member once you remove the front grill. And pull this up, take this away, and I'm gonna take off the fan. On mine, it's just 2 bolts up top, and that's it. I'm gonna take 2 bolts off, unclamp the upper radiator hose, move it out the way. I'm gonna disconnect the fan from the wiring to the fan, and pull the fan out, and then I have access to get the starter out. Easy peasy. That's what I'm about to do. Here we go. Okay, got the top part off, got the air box, just a filter. Okay, just gonna pull this up. Out of the way. There's 2 grommets on the bottom. As you can see, they fit in the hole down in there. Okay. And then all I'm gonna do from here is I'm going to disconnect the battery, and then I'll take the battery out. There's some screws underneath here that holds the battery tray, so I can access to, I don't know if you guys can see it, that first bolt for the starter. Okay, and then I'll be moving the fan out the way, because you can see there's another bolt, but it's going the opposite way. It's going in this way. One's going in that way, the one right here I showed you, and the other one's coming in this way, so you got to get it from the other side. That's why I'm removing the fan. And yeah, so we're about to get to it. Okay, real quick, to remove these bolts right here, just 1, 2. Now some of them are missing, but it's okay. That one right there, you're gonna need a 7mm. Okay, 7mm. So they won't focus. 7mm. Take it right on off. Okay, as you can see, got the battery disconnected. Always disconnect the negative, then the positive. Put those out the way. I'm gonna take the battery out of here in a minute. I got the grill off, as you can see. Okay, and now I'm about to get this cross member off with these bolts. So we get into it. All right. So now this is the temperature sensor. Okay, so this is going to be, some people cars may differ. So I'm sorry, let me say that over again. Some PTs may be different. This size is a 10mm, and then there's another bolt behind that one that we're going to get off. There should be a bigger bolt, but this one right here on mine, 02 PT, it's a 10. Let's go. Alright, as you can see, got that off. You just pull this out the way, and you just, let that hang right there. As you see, you got a bigger bolt. I believe this one's a 13. Let me check and see. Alright, so this one bolt right here behind is a 13. Don't use a 13 shallow because you need room to account for this. So get you a 13 deep, okay? And that'll fit right on in. Take that on off. We'll be right back. Just want to kind of show you a little bit. There we go. So you gotta do that. And be getting that up out of there just like that. Alright. Okay, as you see, got the cross member out. Just laid it to the side right there. And now, see, I mean, some people might have enough room, but I got fat arms, so I'm gonna have to take the fan off too. So, while I'm doing this, I'm letting the car cool off. This radiator is hot. Hose is a little warm too. But, yeah. So you get a lot of wiggle room. It's gonna have more wiggle room in a minute as soon as I get the fan off. Again, mine has 2 bolts, but yours might have some more bolts at the bottom and maybe one like midway on the side over here. But mine just got the 2, easy to take on and off. I recommend you guys do the same thing. If you happen to get it off, just keep the 2 on. Trust me, I've been running like this for a minute. It's fine. It's not wobbly or nothing like that. The fan itself is attached. So I've gotta see if this cool down some. Take the hose off. Probably gonna get you a little pan or maybe a 2-liter bottle, empty 2-liter bottle, whatever, pop or whatever, and just kind of stuff or something, whatever you want to get right here. A bowl, anything, have underneath, so when you take this off, you can catch the fluid that's gonna seep out of here just a little bit of fluid, not too much fluid. And then take these bolts off, and we're gonna be good to go. So let's go. Okay, I ran into a little problem. Whoever had the car before, they stripped the bolt, so the head on the bolt, so I couldn't put a socket on there. I tried to use a smaller socket, hammer it down, trying to get it off. It was too rounded, so I just melted the plastic around it. I still got 2 good ones over here. I had to melt this one, and this one was rounded off as well. I mean, I still have this bolt up here, hold it down, these 2, that should be good enough. So I would highly suggest, and I had this for a long time, get you a little propane torch, okay? You gotta be careful when you're doing this too, okay? Again, I've been working on cars for about almost over 20 years now. Maybe 15 to 20 years. So I've been working on them since I was a teenager. So just be careful, control the heat, you know, make sure your batteries are moved and all of that stuff. Protect your wires over there. But that's what I have to do. I'm not telling you how to do this, and hopefully you don't have to do this, but I have experience with this. This is my first time using this. As you can see, this one is pretty old, but it's getting the job done. So got the battery tray moved enough where I can work and get, let's see if you guys can see it, that bolt right there, starter bolt. So this is good enough, and I can just take this completely out. Actually, see, there we go. Just melted it. I don't got to be fussing with a rounded off bolt that somebody did prior, whatever. And actually, I can always buy another one and just replace it. But for right now, I gotta get the starter out of here. That's what's important. And there we go. And I can get these bolts out later, probably cut them off or whatever. But yeah, so now I can get, I'm sorry, I'm just holding the phone crazy, but now I can get to that bolt easy. Got all the room. This is cooled off a while. I can disconnect this, put it out the way, take these 2 bolts off, get the fan off. And my fan, again, prior people worked on this car, so they kind of jack things up. My harness to my fan, it wasn't even attached. They had this attached with some electrical tape. I put these on there because I noticed in my side story, my car would start overheating randomly at times. And I noticed when I go over bumps or just random times, And I noticed that inside the car, the fluid levels, when it says hot and cold, it would get closer to hot. Come to find out, there was a shortage because they only had it up here with some duct tape, a little bit of electrical wire. Had these wires tied together and they was coming loose. So I just took the time out, respliced them, got some of these wire nuts, and this is about this over a year now, over a year and almost 2 years now, and fan is perfect. When I do replace the fan, I can replace it. I can go to a junkyard or whatever and put the connector piece that's coming from the car itself, or I can just cut off the new wires to the new fan and just tie them in, whatever. It's all easy to me, so it doesn't make a difference. Again, I'm not new at this, so, and I'm known for improvising, a good improvise, not a bad one. And so that's just a little side story. But back to this, I'm finna get that bolt loose, and then I'm going to put me a little, I cut hand sanitizer bottle I had. I'm just gonna put that underneath here. I disconnect this to catch that. I'm not gonna reuse it. I have some extra fluid pre-diluted already, antifreeze, so top it back off when I'm done with this project. So just catching y'all guys up, and I'll be back. Okay, it's just I'm disconnecting the wire nuts. I already know how it goes, so I know how to put it back, and we're gonna get to it. Okay. Ooh, okay. Just another note. That starter bolt. That's right. What the hell is it? But gotta put a light on it. Hold on. Let me put some light so you can see. There we go. That right there, starter bolt right there, that is going to be a 15. Okay, 15 mm. Just wanna let you guys know. Okay. Don't know if you need a shallow 15 mm or a deep, but I'll let you guys know once I get it off. Okay, just want to give you a note. What I did here was I have an impact. Okay. What I have here, there is a 15 deep. Okay. I have a swivel. Okay, need your swivel socket for. I have a 1/2 inch impact, so that's why I need. We got this from Harbor Freight. It came in a 3-pack. Came in a 1/4, 3/8, and 1/2 inch. So have the 1/2 inch on here. Swivel. Have an extension. This looks like to be about a 9 inch or 10 inch extension, and then I put my impact on there and just took it out that way. Easy. Didn't have to struggle with it. So now I just want to give you guys a little tip on that. So this is how I'm doing it, and there we go. Okay, I'm about to get ready to take off this hose clamp, put it out the way. You can use some vice grips and just, you know, get that off and just work our way back and get it off or whatever. I'm gonna do that. I'll be right back. Okay, as you see, I disconnected the upper radiator hose. Caught the fluid in there. So there you go. I'm about to get these bolts off. These 2 bolts for the fan. Alright, if you're still following me, these bolts for the fan are a 10 millimeter. That's a 10, okay? So just want to let you guys know that. Okay, fan is loose. I'm gonna take it out, and then we'll get access to the starter bolt. Okay, got the fan out the way. It was really easy to pull up. Just tilt this back slightly, not too much. You want to break the grommets that's at the bottom, but pull it back slightly. Kind of work this side out first. The left side, kind of get it up. You won't get it. You have to kind of get the fan above this right here, just to be in your way. Just pull it back a little bit. You have to work it over, and then you can pull that side out. Easy peasy. Now we got all this access room. camera went out, sorry. Now we got all this access room to get to the starter. All the space. Just be careful, do not mess up your radiator fins, as you can see. Okay, that's just a little spillage from when I took out when I disconnected the hose. I caught most of the liquid, so yeah, so just be careful. I already made a video on the suction line, replacing the suction line hose for your AC. Anyway, that starter looks busted up really bad. So we're gonna get this puppy up out of here, and I'm gonna again try to use my impact to get that out. So be right back. Okay, so we broke loose the bolt. As you can see, I got my impact still on there. I'm trying to zoom in for you. Okay, see the starter is loose. Okay, I took off the clip. Now somebody, I guess, tried to do this and failed. I don't know. This is my first time replacing the starter. Well, it's not my first time replacing a starter in life. I replaced them on different vehicles, mainly Fords. Somebody broke the clip, so I had to push it from the other side. See, so yeah, but I'm finna get that. Let me see. I'm sorry, hold on. I'm gonna get that bolt off. I'll let you know what size it is in a minute. Alright, so the size of that bolt right there, the nut, that's gonna take a 13 mm. Okay, 13 mm. Okay, put that right there. Zoom in on it. Alright. Alright, so I got the nut off. It's gonna come off like this. It's gonna be a locker washer, then the nut. Okay? You should get a new one with the new starter. But yeah. So I'm just gonna take off. Let's see. This first. Okay. And make sure you put those back. And then this second. And that's it. Now I'm gonna pull the starter. Okay. I'm about to pull the starter out in a minute. Here's the starter. Came out like that. So you have one bolt coming in through this way, other bolt was coming in through that way. Okay. Just gonna take a look at this. Alrighty. So, this is not the original starter. Okay. Somebody's been in here and replaced this already. But it's time for a new one. Wouldn't you guys agree? Okay. So, you gotta be careful with this part. I'm gonna make sure the new one fits on there. Because actually, let me see, hold on. Okay. That's the old starter. It's the new starter. And see what I was talking about. Let's see. What's this piece? They have it on there with the little part that's sticking out. This little plastic piece right here. That's at the bottom. See the little fin? It's at the bottom. On this new starter, old starter, they got it in the up position. You see that? New, it's downward. The original, well, the old starter I took out is up. So I'm gonna see if I can flip that around. I might have to just unloosen this bolt and just flip it around. So we're gonna try to do that, okay? Just wanna show you guys again, you can clearly see the new starter on the right, old starter on the left. You can see the little plastic clip, that little lip right there at the top, the little, I call it a little fin. on this one is down. Always compare the two. Okay? So I'm about to flip that on the new one to match this one that we just took out. So I'm just gonna loosen it up, little bolt, and just flip it. Okay? Getting a good angle. Yeah. Definitely just gonna flip it around. Alright, I'll be back. Just wanna let you guys know, you can use the screwdriver, but I didn't want to strip it. I started to use a screwdriver, but I'm like, forget that. It's an 8mm. Get it off. That's all. I want you guys to take note. This is off the old starter. This bolt, which was holding on. This is the new one, but which was holding on this. That goes onto this part. The original one had a lock washer on it, as you can see. It has a washer on there. The new one didn't. I'm wondering why it's not really being secured, because had I not flipped it around with, you know, just normal driving, eventually that would have came loose, and that would have made a loose connection, you know, with this. It would have made a loose connection. It would, you know what I'm saying? So just make sure you always check the new starters and never give up with your old one first until you make sure that everything is good. So just something to note. So I might be switching out the bolts, because this one, I don't know if I have a washer. Oops. I don't know if I have a washer this small. This is 8mm. And I don't know if I can get the old one off. But yeah, just make note of that. Okay, so in reality, here's what I had to do as far as this little piece right here. The one that came with this, I ain't trying to be funny, but it's too small. Please check the tightness. It's too small. Somebody didn't check that part out. So yeah, I'm using the original off the old starter. And this one's a little bit too longer. It's not the right. It's just not the right one. So I'm using the original bolt, but using the new connector. So anyway, get back, guys. I just try to put the starter in, which that's fine. It's just this clip right here. This clip only works with, this is the original. Only works with the original. So make sure you swap for your old starter. Take off the original little clip that goes into here, because the new one, something's with this little lip right here where it doesn't snap all the way, and that can come off when you're driving eventually, and you'll go out to start the car and you wonder why it's not starting or whatever. Just put the original one back on there. So put the original, this little piece right here, little connector, put that back on, attach it to the new starter. Take off the old starter, put on the new starter, then hook everything up as usual. Just a little side note. Okay, sorry you guys, but man, it sure pays to make sure everything fits. Okay, so I have to go purchase another bolt, okay, out of AutoZone, because the one that came with this new starter, which is this one, okay, when you first get it, it's on there, but it's barely, it's just some stuff that's sticking it to there. It's not really bolted down, and it's loose. How they thread it in here, let me see if I can show you how they thread it in here, this little block plate right here. It was cheap, so I had to purchase, okay, this right here. That's the part number. So they look like a little bit longer, the M5, okay, in case you guys need to know, okay. And I purchased these to go along with it, just in case I need to put something on the back part for the catch. But I just did a test fit, and it screws in nicely, and it's not going to hit that, so I can actually return these, or I might just keep them, I don't know. But yeah, it was on like $2.99. So I just want to give you guys a little heads up that you might need a new bolt. You might not, but I definitely do. because even the original one, it'll fit, but it's so short, it's not enough clearance, it won't catch. So these are the problems. As you can see, these are two different sizes. Okay, yeah. But whatever, just letting you guys know that. I'll get back to it in a minute. Okay, I got it on. As you can see, that's the clearance. Let me show you guys. Okay, it's secured. That ain't going nowhere. Ain't going nowhere. Okay, so that's what you need to do. Probably, might not. I had to, and this is how we gonna get it done. All right, get back with you. Okay, excuse the music. But today is Sunday, so I might record over this part, but a voiceover, I should say. But it's in, as you can see. It's in there. I put the clip back in there, even though it's broke right here. I can just push it off another way. Not a big deal. Everything's secured tight. I did the first bolt first, the top bolt for the starter. Put that in, started, not all the way, but then I put in there a little bit by hand tighten, always hand tighten, started off, and then I did the bottom bolt, same way, hand tighten. Then I put the impact on just a little bit, nothing too rough. Now I'm about to put the fan back on and assemble everything that's in the reverse order, and I should be done with this project. Okay, so as you can see, I got the battery tray back in there. As you can see, it's secure. I got this one in. Remember, we melted the plastic around this one because it was rounded off. We melted the plastic around this one with a torch because it was rounded off, and then we put that one back in. This thing ain't going nowhere. We still good. All right, just want to let you guys know. All right, guys. I'm back. Starters in there. I put everything back just a little bit just to make sure it was working. We put the air box back in. Make sure it's a little, see that little piece right here? Let's see if I can show you. Not gonna be able to show it. You're not gonna be able to see it, but you take it off. I'll make another video about that. So it just hooks back here before it goes into the two little points underneath. But anyway, I'm gonna put the air box on there all the way. Started a couple of times to make sure the starter is good, make sure the connections are good and tight, and then we're done. So I'll hit you with a final goodbye in a minute. When I'm done with this video. Stay tuned. Alright guys, I'm back inside. I'm about to start it for you guys. Here we go. No hesitation, like clockwork. You can see the mileage on here, but it was time for a new starter. You know, I do a lot of driving, and it's just been, I never replaced it since got the car, so it's like it was overdue. So everything's good. Again, thanks everybody for watching. If this has helped you, leave a comment below. If you have any questions, just again let me know in the comment section. That's it, and as always, I'll catch you guys in the next one.